long as we start on time and it's not one of those things where
No,
people
no,
are...
no, 100%. We are known for that.
Okay,
We
wonderful.
start regardless of who comes, who does not come, we
Okay.
start at the dot.
Okay,
Sangeeta,
perfect.
are you listening? Sangeeta?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We will start dot at 5:30. Pradeep Multani ji said you would
Same.
be there at 5:30.
Yes, he will be going to before 5:30. He just called. I just
Arshi,
talked to
will you
him.
ask them to bring my kurta?
May I tell you, he will, क्योंकि जो late आएंगे वो मेरी speech वो सब miss कर देंगे. That doesn't matter. But awards के time पे तो सब log in कर ही लेंगे. So if we start at 5:30, we finish at 6:30, and then Sonam takes on from there.
Okay, so I'll quickly then go get ready. I mean, I'm almost ready. I just have to change my clothes.
But you're looking gorgeous anyway.
No, I'll take my glasses off and wear a more formal kurta. So I was just trying to sound check very quickly. I'll just do a little sound check with Arshi and then I'll... but you can hear me clearly. There's no problem, right?
Yes, we can clear.
So then it'll be fine. So great. So you'll introduce me, auntie, or someone, whoever the MC is.
The master of ceremonies.
Okay, wonderful. Do they have an
But I'll also say a word.
Okay,
I'll say something when you leaving.
Finish. Yeah, okay.
Sangeeta?
Sangeeta, do you have our introduction or a small write-up?
Yes, we have.
You have. Okay,
Yes.
great.
Hi, Anuradha ji. Good evening.
Okay, so
Hi,
auntie, I'm going to
how are
quickly
you, Karuna?
mute,
Fine, thank you.
mute so that I can get ready.
Hi, Sonam.
Okay.
This is Karuna. I am the
Hi,
MC.
Karuna ji.
How are you?
Karuna, there's a slight addition in the program. When Sonam finishes her singing,
Yeah.
I will say a few words.
Oh, so that you will do the introduction?
No. When she finishes.
Finishes. Yeah. That
when we
ending
go
has to be
on
by you.
We go on as scheduled. There's no change in the minute to minute. There's an addition.
Okay.
So you can then call me to just thank Sonam.
Okay. Will do. Will do. Definitely will do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
Okay, lovely, lovely. I'll see you then. I'm just going to...
Okay. All right.
Just doing some final checks.
So the problem
Even
is...
Karuna has got the backdrop. You know, you've also got the backdrop very well done. So even I, of course, I didn't do it. Mishika did it. But we got it.
Yeah, but I asked her, I said, I have to just check it again because I think the backdrop is coming a little skewed. So just trying to fix that.
Okay, fix it. Hamara theek aa raha hai. She's saying hers is coming up.
Mine is coming a little ulta, so I think I'm trying to fix that.
Arshi, my...
Sangeeta, हमारा ठीक है?
हाँ, आपका ठीक है.
ठीक.
अब मेरा भी ठीक.
Sonal, so because of that Sonal daughter-in-law, she's Sonam, I know that. Mishika, should I put the chair back? Itna dekha hai ya kya kare? Haan, because too much body is showing. But is the banner okay now?
Yeah. मैम का भी
नहीं आ रहा है. आप देखो एक सेकंड मैं बताती हूँ.
हाँ. या इसको इस पे रखो. ये ऐसे रखा था मैंने. हाँ, ये ठीक है. See? फिर तो नहीं कट रहा ऊपर से. ठीक है, you know. So Karuna, there's another thing. Hello, Karuna.
Ma'am, she is on mute, madam.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, Karuna, Sonam has to leave at 7 because no one told. एक थोड़ी गलती हो गई, हमें minute to minute उसे भेजा नहीं था, तो she thought perhaps she'll be singing perhaps starting 6 or what. So then what we'll do is we'll start sharp at 5:30 because Mr. Jitinder Singh is not coming, the minister. So I told Pradeep ji, he said he'll be there before 6:30, 5:30. So we'll
Okay,
start
fine.
5:30 regardless of who's there, because by the time I finish my thing and the tape, the presentation of FWF goes, by that time everyone would have logged in.
हाँ, मैं maximum I think 6:40 तक तो I think she can start. I think so as per the minute to minute 6:45 40.
हाँ, 2 जनों का वो भी नहीं है ना, 2 जने का वीडियो भी नहीं है, गगनदीप कौर का, आई थिंक हो जाएगा.
हाँ, बस हो जाएगा.
We'll rush through. We'll rush through. Don't worry. We'll start the program.
आधा घंटा भी हमें सोनम का मिल गया ना, तो it will be worth it.
Yeah, yeah. अभी भी स्टूड आ रहा है नहीं?
और वो वाइस प्रेसिडेंट की चिट्ठी ना स्क्रीन में जरूर डालना.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
Because you know that way he gets indirectly covered as a chief guest.
Yep. पता है हमने गलती क्या करी अनुराधा जी? Next time के next time के लिए तो I'm not waiting. Like I said, but I should have talked to Rajiv Talwar.
Oh yes.
Not anybody in the thing. At least even talking to the minister, Rajiv Talwar was a better option.
That was a better option because the letter has to go by the president. That is mandatory.
Yeah, but the rest of the talk could have been by Rajiv. You know, Rajiv would have followed it. गलती हो गई.
वैसे एक बात बताऊं करुणा, जो भगवान करते हैं ना उसमें भलाई होती है. So we just take it at that and we sail through the program.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the main thing is the bond we have between us. That is the main thing. Baki sab to theek hai, chal raha hai. You know, all of us are so happy working together. That is what counts.
Yeah, it's true. At the end of the day, you know, there is no malice, there's no nothing, there is warmth, there is happiness, there is everything involved in it.
You know, Nirmala Fen told me, she said that this is one organization where, you know, you go in happy, you come out happy.
Yeah. It's true. You know, what I like, Anuradha ji, is firstly is the personal thing.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody is willing to help, willing to work, willing to do everything, right? More than that, there is no one-upmanship. You understand what I mean?
Nothing. और दूसरा
वो कोई competition नहीं है, कोई कुछ नहीं. Everybody is taken at the face value of what you are, what you're doing, the amount of time you can give. Nobody is cribbing कि तुम ज़्यादा करो, तुम कम करो. जो जितना करता है वो कर रहा है.
बिल्कुल.
That is, I think, the most satisfying part of the whole thing.
और कभी कोई कर सकता है, कभी नहीं कर पाता. You know, it all depends on the situation of that person, and we are very good with it. Sangeeta, who all have joined? Sangeeta, who all have joined? Sangeeta,
video off kiya.
Participants.
Ma'am, second, BSF is trying to contact. They have not been able to. I'm just talking to them.
Okay.
And who
So
else?
right now there is, I don't know who is the panelist, other panelist. I know Shovna ji is there. Hello, Shovna ji.
So, how are you?
I'm
Shobna.
good. How
God,
are
that
you?
looks beautiful, Shovna.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
लाइटें चलानी पड़ेगी ना थोड़ी देर में.
That's the
उनको बोलो
advantage of
जल्दी
having an
चलाएंगे.
artist.
इधर से शुरू करो. नहीं इधर से. दो पीछे की नहीं आएगी. वो बंद कर दो पीछे वाली. नहीं उसी पे जाओ.
जो लिंक निशिका ने दी है. ये
ये ठीक है, वो back के लिए चलेंगे because वो back reflection up. So let me see. Let me start the video and see. Yeah, it's fine. जब तक है तब तक है, उधर की चलवा दे. राजू भैया को बोल दो, वो चला देंगे. So we are all ready. अजय शोभना जी को update दे देते ना about vote of thanks में वो जितेंद्र सिंह जितेंद्र सिंह जी's vote of name there. ये इतना ऊंचा क्यों पहुंच गया भैया? इसको थोड़ा ऊंचा करें ऐसे. No.
Hello. Hello. How are you, everyone?
Hello.
No, I can't. The voice doesn't go there. It's okay.
आप अपना म्यूट हटा दीजिए.
You know, I was also wearing red. Or last minute I changed.
Just
Everyone
look,
was in red.
it is by chance. Shobna ji is wearing red. Nirmal is wearing red. Manju is in red. I am in red.
I also
आप अपनी
was
फोन छोड़ के आप
wearing
ऐसे
red.
बात कीजिए. हेलो कर दीजिए.
They would have thought this is our uniform.
आप हेलो बोल लीजिए बस अपनी तरफ से. वॉल्यूम बढ़ा के. हेलो. हेलो. आप एक बार हेलो बोल के देख लीजिए.
हेलो मैम.
हाँ ठीक है, आवाज आ रहे हैं. हाँ
ऑडियो वीडियो टेस्टिंग मैम. थैंक यू.
हाँ ऑडियो वीडियो इज फाइन. और हिमांशु जी यहीं आ रहे हैं ना?
यस मैम. यस मैम.
या ओके. थैंक यू.
ऐसे रहता होगा.
Ma'am, from BSF, Himanshu ji is going to come here.
When he joins in.
Yeah, oh, she is on her way. So, preaching.
Who's on the way?
नहीं मैम, जो हिमांशु है जो on behalf of जो आपकी BSF की उनके ग्रुप के, so who is going to receive the award?
Okay.
Hello ma'am, from Jongol Mohol Mohila Toshor Chashi Dol, me as Tushi Karati have logged on behalf of the women farmer. So my voice is audible.
Yes, you have to
audible,
on
but
your
your
video.
video is not
Video
on.
on करना पड़ेगा आपको.
Yes.
Yes. Now
A
you're.
warm welcome to the Mahila Udyog, to Mrs. Basanti Mahato.
Yes.
Warm welcome.
Namaskar. Yes. Okay.
तुम्हारा खुल नहीं रहा है. मैं सुनीता को पापा कभी खोल दो. You enjoy. नहीं तो अर्नव के टाइम पे खोल.
Good evening, Anuradha ji.
Hello.
Hello.
Good evening,
Hello,
Sunita.
Sunita.
We have
Good
the most
evening,
gorgeous
Sunita.
jury possible. I think our jury is the most gorgeous.
Sunita is looking gorgeous, absolutely.
Yes. Everyone, not Sunita, all of you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
All of you looking very nice.
Absolutely. And Shobna has just the right type of background, you know.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Actually, for this kind of background, I have to go to my basement, and my basement does not catch the internet. So,
No, but the whole thing has worked out well. We are going to start sharp at 5:30. What time is it now?
It is 5:22.
Very good. Another 10 minutes.
Hello, Anuradha ji.
Good evening, Rajesh ji.
Good evening. I just wanted to see the mic and everything was working.
No, in yours. In yours.
these days, तो सबसे पहले, you know, internet बाबा को आपको बहुत सारा प्रणाम करना पड़ता है.
No, you can't do anything if it goes off in the middle. I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I've been nervous as ever.
I know. And yesterday, your voice wasn't coming only, so I was a little worried on that.
So today it's fine. Today
Karuna, what I've done is I've sent videos.
Oh,
So that there is no failure
We
in
have,
at the last
हमने
minute.
volume बढ़ा दिया उसमें, तो we have done that.
Oh,
Okay.
बढ़ा दिया।
So from BSF, who has joined us?
Ma'am, Himanshu Shirohi.
Okay.
Who is
volume went up?
Himanshu.
Ah, ma'am, Shirohi. She is from the team Seema Bhavani.
No, but
Oh,
what is
wonderful. And very
Himanshu?
warm welcome to you all.
Shirohi, ma'am, Shirohi. It's there in the minute meeting, ma'am. Minutes में है already. Her name is there.
Yeah.
Did everyone get the minute-to-minute program?
Yes, yes, we got it. Thank you.
I have everybody on a standby. Make sure my internet doesn't go.
हमें भी लग रहा है in between ना जाए, ऐसे जाता नहीं यहाँ पे.
सब जने अपने अपने फोन ऑफ करो, सब जने अपने अपने ऑफ करो.
Yes, ma'am.
संगीता, अगर किसी वजह से बीच में रुक जाए तो क्या मैं फिर वो सुरेश जी के फोन पे ले सकती हूँ? बट you'll have
Yes,
to
ma'am, हम immediately कर देंगे. Yes.
ईमेल चाहिए होगा उनका? नहीं, या ऐसे ही आप ट्रांसफर कर देना सुरेश गोयल के नाम से.
ठीक है मैम.
अगर जाएगा तो वैसे 99% it won't. Friends, now this is on a this is on an informal note. I want to share with the jury, with Karuna, my co-chair, and the awardees, that the Secretariat has really worked very hard under the leadership of Sangeeta Das to put this together. So Sangeeta, lot of compliments to you and the entire team.
Thank you so much.
I agree with it. I agree with it
Absolutely
wholeheartedly.
agreed. Well done.
Thank you, ma'am. But it is the group में teamwork. So without them, it's not possible.
I
So I am
appreciate
Yeah, we can
thanking
only, we can see. I mean, thank you to Dipali, Manju, and all the other backgrounds. अभी तो हमें तीन जने, आप हैं, मंजू है, दीपाली है,
Yes,
इन तीन के बारे में मालूम है. So we are.
इस टीम में तो ये है, but the whole FWF, we have Aman, we have a lot of people who are working very hard. We have Inderbali, we have a lot of people who are working very hard.
See, नाम हम भूल जा रहे हैं ना कि हम मिल नहीं रहे हैं आजकल आपस में. बाकियों के नाम नहीं याद रहते हैं. वो जब आप इंद्रबली को देखेंगे, then you realize कि हाँ ये इंद्रबली है. नहीं तो जब हम मिलेंगे ही नहीं तो याद ही नहीं रहते नाम फिर.
बहुत लोग हैं. I hope they're all logged in and they're all listening. Sangeeta, are the teachers online?
Yes, ma'am. We have asked them to at 5:30 sharp. Let me find out.
वो मुझे पता है, मैंने भी मैसेज भेज दिया था, बट आपका तो मैंने देखा था. Yes. Ishika, what is the time?
5:26.
Another 5 minutes we start. As soon as, because Mr. Pradeep Multani told me he'll be at sharp at 5:30. You know, the thing is, Shobna, can you, Sonam has to go. So we'll do it, you know, in time. Even otherwise, it's good to be punctual. Yes. 'You know, it's so funny, you prepare, and then the final day comes. And, you know, it's so nice.
Really.
Hi, Rajeshri.
Hi, Anuradha ji. Hi.
Hi, Rajeshri ji.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody.
So now, in the jury, Priya hasn't joined, right? Everyone else has joined. Priya hasn't joined yet. She'll do it. Yes. Oh,
Namaskar.
Seema. Hello, Seema. Looking very
Namaskar,
nice.
Seema ji.
नमस्कार शोभना जी.
Namaskar, Seema ji.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार.
Hi, Seema.
नमस्कार.
Namaskar.
Namaskar.
Namaskar, Seema ji. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Namaskar, ma'am.
संगीता संगीता
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Have you let the students in yet?
Yeah, we are. Yes, ma'am. We are talking. They're waiting for the 5:30. I asked them to join now. Just they are joining one by one.
Ladies Organization is a registered society
login.
under the Act of 1860.
Yes, ma'am.
It was registered on 19th June 1986.
Last plate सब भेजा कमलेश बेटी को भी ले और ये कोई बात नहीं
स्टूडेंट्स आ गए
हम जापानी का पीछे से पूछा ये डब्बा दिखाओ कहाँ से आया ठीक है दिखाओ तो कार्ड दिखाओ
Ma'am, President sir has joined. Namaskar sir, कैसे आप?
Good evening.
Good evening, Pradeep ji.
Pradeep ji, namaskar, welcome.
Thank you, ji. Thank you, Anuradha ji.
And we are going to start at 5:30. Is it 5:30, Karuna?
5:29.
Another 2 minutes.
Okay, 5:31, I will start.
Yes.
Shalenda.
Pradeep ji, we have an amazing number of awardees. When you hear their achievements, we will feel proud in PhD to honor them. They are absolutely outstanding achievers.
Wonderful, Anuradha ji. Absolutely fantastic. Lovely.
Yes.
I've gone through the list. Whoever is decided, I think, really remarkable.
You see the jury. It's a very jury.
Somebody is having two connections on, please. If that person could please switch off one.
Yes.
That is creating a problem.
One can be muted, ma'am.
The one should not be muted. It should be switched off.
नहीं तो ये क्रॉस कनेक्शन होता रहेगा बिल्कुल. तो Karuna, we can start. Karuna.
Ji, it's 5:30. Should I start?
Yes, please.
Okay. Good evening. I welcome you all to the 7th Women Astitva Samman and the 6th Junior Astitva Samman for the year 2022. I request you all to stand up for our national anthem, which will be followed by lamp lighting ceremony and an invocation.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा.
I invite Mrs. Anuradha Goyal, Chairperson of Women Child Committee of PhD Family Welfare Foundation, to give her welcome.
Thank you very much, Karuna. Friends, we had requested our Honorable Vice President, Shri Venkataya Naidu, to be our chief guest for this program. We are very grateful to him for the congratulatory message he has sent for all our awardees, which my co-chair, Karuna, will read out shortly. Shri Pradeep Multani ji, President, PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Shri Saket Dalmia ji, Senior Vice President, former presidents, distinguished awardees, managing committee members, esteemed jury, members of the PhD Family Welfare Foundation, students and friends, a very warm welcome to you. Today is a very special day for the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, as we recognize and applaud organizations, both professional and voluntary, for excellence in promoting women through training and inclusion in management. We also honor our students who have done exemplary, socially useful work. We welcome the principals, the faculty, and students from these schools. It is an honor and privilege for us at the PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry to have with us our outstanding awardees. We welcome Ms. Chetna Gala Sinha from Man Desh Mahila Sahakari Bank Limited. The bank is being recognized for their contribution in economically empowering rural women. A warm welcome to Ms. Smriti Saran, Secretary, Central Postal Ladies Organization. CIPLO is looking after the well-being of families in the postal services and has a distinction of converting a junkyard into a very beautiful courtyard. As a special Samman in the 35th year of our foundation, we are honoring Professor Gagandeep Kang for significantly contributing towards COVID research. We warmly welcome you, Professor. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome Mrs. Basanti Mohato, President Jungle Mahila Tasar Chasir Dal Community Trust, West Bengal, an NGO which works for rural women from tribal, Dalit, and forest communities by teaching them silk making and subsequently making them self-sufficient. As a special tribute in the 75th year of independence of our great nation, we are honoring the BSF Mahila Motorcycle Team, Seema Bhavani, for the spectacular display of Daredevil show in the Republic Day Parade this year. We are very proud to welcome with a great sense of pride our students from different schools. Arnav Goyal from Basant Valley School for his outstanding commitment through his project Next Steps to children with suffering from clubfoot by first getting them treated and then teaching them football so they are all inclusive with other children. We have Aisha Mohan, Maina Munga, Adya Saraugi, and Shaurya Sahni from Modern School for their amazing project Kura to get rid of one-time use of plastic. Anya Katpalia, Air Force Bal Bharti School with a project Jagrati to spread digital literacy. A warm welcome to Arnav Bajoria, Step by Step School with his passion for protection of the environment through his project Return to Nature. Yashwardhan Narayan of Tagore International School with his focus on human rights through his project Breaking Barriers. I warmly welcome Ms. Sonam Kalra, renowned and much highly awarded singer and look forward to her performance. For our distinguished guests and awardees, a few words on the work done by the Family Welfare Foundation, which completes 35 years this year. The Family Welfare Foundation focuses on skill development and healthcare. We have over 30,000 beneficiaries who we have trained in the past in our skill development units. They are now an integral earning member of their families. Students are taught gender diversity, self-defense, cleanliness, how to be a part of nation building, all in a very holistic manner. We also run mobile medical vans in remote areas. We have treated over 12 lakhs of beneficiaries. The PhD Family Welfare Foundation staff has worked tirelessly during COVID as frontline workers and has treated patients who otherwise would have had no access to medical treatment. We encourage women in 3 levels on how to grow their business. Our primary focus has been self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and self-empowerment, making our beneficiaries Atmanirbhar, as envisioned by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Modi. We will now show a 5-minute film on the work done by the foundation. Once again, namaskar and a warm welcome to you.
PHD, Family Welfare Foundation, in community's life and part of it. If a society is healthy, self-reliant and aware, then that country will progress. Focusing on this, PHD Family Welfare Foundation was set up by the PHD Chamber of Commerce and Industry 35 years ago in the year 1986 as a charitable trust.
PHD Family Welfare Foundation is the integral part of the PHD Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It does blooming services in healthcare, skill development trainings, education and sanitation, charity orphanages and families in different parts of the country to increase the employment potential for youth and women and the underprivileged. During the first and second wave of COVID-19, PHD Family Welfare Foundation worked as the frontline workers and served the needy. PHD Family Welfare Foundation, with help of its esteemed donors, is also donating 12 oxygen generation plants in various parts of the country to combat the shortage of oxygen in government and charity hospitals. I wish PHD Family Welfare Foundation the very best and hope they will continue to do the promising services that they have been doing in the past 35 years.
From its inception, the foundation has strengthened steadily due to the perpetual efforts of its chairpersons. PHDFWF operates in Pan-India, where PHD Chamber has its presence. Since its inception, PHDFWF has already benefited more than 12,45,000 patients through its different healthcare activities. PHDFWF benefited almost 27,000 marginalized women and youth by imparting different skills and giving short-term certification courses to make themselves self-reliant. On education, PHDFWF teaches youth and children who need support.
मैं रंजीता PHDFWF को दिल से धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगी। मुझे यहाँ फ्री का सिलाई सीखने को मिला और मैं खुद का भी कपड़े सिलाई कर सकती हूँ, घर में अपने हाथ बटा सकती हूँ, मैं आत्मनिर्भर बन सकती हूँ।
Myself Rishabh, I am a retail student and I would like to thank PHD Family Welfare Foundation for giving me the chance to acquire the knowledge of retail course, and after completing the course I can get the job in retail sector easily.
मेरा नाम करिश्मा है, मैं PHDFWF जगवार फाउंडेशन की छात्र हूँ। मैं यहाँ पे कुकिंग का कोर्स कर रही हूँ। मैंने यहाँ पे बहुत सारी चीज़ें बनाना सीखी है, जैसे ड्रिंक्स, स्वीट्स एंड इत्यादि। और मैंने यहाँ पे ब्यूटी पार्लर एंड सिलाई का कोर्स भी किया है, जिससे मेरा सेल्फ कॉन्फिडेंस बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ा है।
Self-defense training also organizes to its centers on regular basis. One of the noteworthy efforts of the foundation is its water harvesting initiative in Rajasthan through people's participation. During first and second wave of COVID-19, PHDFWF came forward as a frontline worker for migrants and the needy by distributing dry food packets, cotton masks, sanitary napkins, and supporting families who have lost their only bread earner. PHDFWF, with support from its esteemed donors, donating oxygen generation plants to charity hospitals to be used for free for COVID and other patients. PHDFWF has always been caring for especially abled to make them regain their mobility and lead a life of dignity. The foundation organizes musical evenings, theatre shows, and Hunar Unlimited. Amongst its other activities, the foundation commemorates national and international days through seminars and awareness talks. The foundation extends its gratitude to all its donors. Without their able support, this progress would not have been possible. A big thank you to all our donors and supporters.
होंगे कामयाब, होंगे कामयाब, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन। हो मन में है विश्वास, पूरा है विश्वास, हम होंगे कामयाब एक दिन।
PHD Family Welfare Foundation. In community's life and part of it.
So I think that film was self-explanatory. Moving on to our next part of the program, the Honorable Vice President of India has sent a congratulatory message to all the recipients of and the participants of the Samman. I take this opportunity to read his message to this august gathering. I am happy to know that the Women and Child Committee of the PHD Family Welfare Foundation, New Delhi, is virtually organizing its 7th Astitva Samman and the 6th Junior Astitva Samman 2022 program on Friday, the 25th, 2022. It has been my firm belief that women's education and empowerment is a precondition to the development of any nation. I compliment PHD Family Welfare Foundation and all its associates for the significant work they have been doing in empowering the young women to triumph over everyday challenges that come their way and excel in their chosen field of expertise. I am sure that the Women Astitva Samman and the Junior Astitva Samman will go a long way in boosting the morale of women working in the corporate sector and also that of school-going children. I congratulate the members of the PHD Family Welfare Foundation and extend my best wishes to the organizers and the participants. May the event be a grand success. We are very grateful to the Vice President of India for sending this message to all the recipients. I now request Shri Pradeep Multani ji, President, PHD Chamber of Commerce and Industry, to give his presidential address.
Thank you very much, Karunaji. Good evening to all. I welcome Mrs. Anuradha Goel, Chairperson, Women and Child Committee, PHD Family Welfare Foundation, Mrs. Madhulika Mehta, Co-Chairperson, Women and Child Committee, PHD Family Welfare Foundation, Mrs. Karuna Shriram, Co-Chairperson, Women and Child Committee, PHD Family Welfare Foundation, former presidents, members of PHD Chamber, members of WC Committee, and PhD Family Welfare Foundation, senior members from industry and NGOs, school principals, teachers, parents, students, all awardees, friends from media. It gives me great pleasure to be here on 7th Women Astitva Samman 2022 and 6th Junior Astitva Samman 2022, organized by Women and Child Committee of PhD Family Welfare Foundation, that promotes women empowerment, creating a more gender-sensitive workplace, and students who have made outstanding contribution for creating positive results and innovation in betterment of society. These past crises have suggested that it may not always be the case that time is needed to develop a creative and innovative response, and creativity can nevertheless thrive under these conditions. In light of these past crises, youth have emerged as leading agents of communities' responses worldwide. To encourage women empowerment and motivate the students, the Women and Child Committee has instituted the Astitva Awards in 2016 to recognize an exemplary advocate for women empowerment and gender-sensitive workplace and to promote women empowerment. The committee also introduced Junior Astitva Samman in 2017, where the WC committee recognizes the students who have excelled in innovation and community service towards the betterment of the society. I want to express my genuine gratitude to students who have taken a big step by embracing their creativity and innovative ideas for the welfare of the society. I congratulate the organizations of Women Astitva Samman for voluntarily participating in acknowledging and supporting women empowerment and social welfare in the workplaces. I would also like to congratulate the Women and Child Committee of PhD Family Welfare Foundation for recognizing the future of India is the youth and empowering our women leaders. If I may mention, the schools who are school students or awardees here, my children have been to 3 of those. I have 2 granddaughters and they go to Vasant Valley School and Step by Step, and my sons who are at Modern School. Really appreciate the great work done by these 2 schools and the other schools in the list also. With that, I wish all the success for the program. Thank you, Jai Hind, and God bless us all. Thank you very much.
For past 35 years, PhD Family Welfare Foundation has done a lot of work and a lot of meaningful work, which, as you have seen in the film. 7 years back, in the year 2016, Dr. Rashmi Singh, a governing body member of the Women and Child Committee of PhD Family Welfare Foundation, suggested instituting a Samman for organizations, corporates, NGOs, individuals who have done tremendous work in empowering women in all the sections of the society. Without any prejudices, without any thought process of why not, why the work is being done. It was named Women Astitva Samman. The criteria of selection for the Samman was not an easy one to decide on. We had to look into the number of women who were employed in an organization, their safety in workplace, whether the impact that they were having on the women and the areas that they were working in, whether the organizations were looking into the sanitization of the area where the women were employed or the areas that they were working in, whether there was gender sensitization in their workplace, and also for organizations and institutions who were thinking out of the box when it came to empowering women. A jury for the selection was instituted. It was not an easy task, and not an easy task even for the jury to decide and to come to a conclusion as to which is the organization which deserves the Samman. Every year, it takes us almost 8 to 9 months from the time we get the names to do the due diligence, to find out what's happening, whether what is being referred to us is correct or not. So there is a lot of hard work involved in it. A lot of discussions take place on the selection for the recipient of the Samman. This brings me and gives me an opportunity to introduce you to our jury members. We have Mrs. Shashi Yoban Tripathi. She is the former Secretary, Ministry of External Affairs, former member, Union Public Service Commission, and a board member of the Women and Child Committee. Ms. Shobna Narayan. She's Secretary of Government of India, Padma Shri awardee, a renowned Kathak exponent, and a board member of Women and Child Committee. Ms. Sunita Trivedi, member of the Postal Services Board, Government of India, Independent Director on MTNL, Secretary, Government of India, former President of Rotary Club of Delhi Garden City, and a board member of WC Committee. Dr. Rashmi Singh. Presently, Dr. Rashmi Singh is the Director of Women and Child Development and Probation, Government of NCT of Delhi. She has been a recipient of several national and international awards. She's also a board member of the Women and Child Committee. Ms. Rajshri Bajoria. She's industrialist, she's a social activist, she's a member of our Women and Child Committee of the PhD Family Welfare Foundation. Ms. Nirmala Fen, former National President of YWCF India, Director, World Council of Churches, Director, Tiger Top Mountains, Travel Nepal, India and Nepal. She's also a board member of Women and Child Committee. Ms. Priya Hingorani, Advocate of the Supreme Court, Vice President, Bar Association of India. She's a human rights lawyer. She's also a board member of Women and Child Committee. And then it is me, Karuna Sriram. I am a special educator. I'm the Vice President of Bansuri Charitable Society. I'm a social activist, and I'm the co-chairperson of the Women and Child Committee. I take this, I invite for the first award, I request Ms. Sunita Trivedi ji to introduce our first recipient of the Samman.
Thank you, Karuna. Mandeshi Mahila Sehkari Bank Limited. Mahaswad is a place in Man Taluka of Satara district of Maharashtra. During the 90s, a scanty rainfall affected the agricultural activities, thus triggering mass migration of people from this area to cities. Women and children were the worst affected. The women in this area started thinking of alternative, non-farm based economic activities. They wanted to save money to start their own small businesses. As their savings were too small, very few banks were accepting the savings of these women, and they had to go through a lot of procedural delay and had to travel too much distance for the same. These issues made the women and Ms. Chetna realize the need to promote their own institution to ease the processes. They decided to start a bank. In 1997, after a lot of apprehensions and rejections by RBI, Mandeshi Mahila Sehkari Bank came into existence. The mission of the MDMS Bank is to economically empower rural women to create a supportive environment where millions of micro-enterprising women could successfully grow their businesses, develop skill building, get technical support, and financial and digital literacy. Today, the bank has more than 100 crores of deposit, more than 75 crores of loan, 1 lakh customers, 8 branches with a staff of 75, and operations in 5 districts. 75% of customers are from weaker segments of our society. It gives me great pleasure to present the Women Astitva Samman 2022 to Ms. Chetna Gala Sinha, the founding chairperson of Man Deshi Mahila Sehkari Bank Limited. Thank you.
The Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani ji, President PhD CCI, Shri Saket Jalmia ji, Senior Vice President of PhD CCI, Srimati Anuradha Goyal ji, Chairperson PhD Family Welfare Foundation, and me, Karuna Sriram. I'm the co-chair of the committee. To Ms. Chetna Gala Sinha.
Namaskar. This is Chetna Sinha, founder, Mandeshi Mahila Sehkari Bank and Mandeshi Foundation. I accept 7th Astitva Samman Award conferred by PhD Family Welfare Foundation. Thanks for this recognition. In fact, I would like to share while accepting this award that this award is not only an effort of Chetna Sinha, but there are thousands and thousands of women who have always come forward and showed their passion and confidence and courage. And you know what? Our women always say that our courage is the capital. Our women, even today, they are doing digital banking. Mandeshi Mahila Bank is the first bank providing the digital banking. And how did this happen? Let me go into the history. In 1997, Kantabai, an iron vendor, she came to me that I want to open a saving account. Kantabai was street vendor. Banks were not ready to open the account. I felt if banks are not opening Kantabai's account, who wants to do saving, she's not asking for loan, she's not asking for grant. Kantabai has a right to open the saving account. So we decided to set up the bank for women like Kantabai. We applied for the banking license. Because our women could not read and write, the license was rejected. But you know what? What our women did, they came with me to Reserve Bank. They challenged the officer and asked us to calculate the interest of any principal amount. If we fail, don't issue the license, but tell your officer to do it without calculator and see who can calculate faster. Needless to say, we got the banking license. I'm so proud to share with you that we are the first bank to provide the pension product to rural women. We are the first bank to provide the digital banking to rural women. And I'm also proud that for last nearly 24 years, our women are getting dividend. You know what? In 2001, when Mandeshi Mahila got profitable, women always says that our courage is the capital and their courage is my capital. Thank you so much to PhD Family Welfare Foundation.
Tremendous work being done there. Congratulations to everybody who's working for this organization. I think they deserve it. I would like now request Ms. Sunita Trivedi ji to please introduce our second recipient.
Yeah. Thank you, Karuna. So the Central Postal Ladies Organization, it is a registered society under the Act of 1860. It was registered on 19th June 1986 with an aim and objective to promote, encourage, and coordinate the work for the economic upliftment, mutual assistance, self-reliance, and well-being of the postal families, especially the women and children. The organization has been operating 3 creches in central Delhi to support young working mothers to resume their work with a free mind, while their children are brought up in a hygienic and a caring environment. During the 2020 nationwide COVID lockdown, the CPLO expanded its mandate and started COVID relief work for migrants and informal labor force. The organization produced at a mass scale reusable cloth masks and supplied 75,000 masks free of cost to postal and medical frontline workers. They launched a new scheme, Karuna CPLO, Hunger Helpline, and another program, Pure Hope, a food bank during the second wave. The aim was to help individuals and communities affected by the pandemic by distributing dry rations and cooked meals with the help of their ground partners. The CPLO project, Firangipani Angan, has been recognized by the Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, as one of the most noticeable transformations under the Swachh Drive 2021. It gives me great pleasure to present the Women Astitva Samman 2022 to the Central Postal Ladies Organization. Thank you.
डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ पोस्ट में जब ये सफाई अभियान चला तो वहां का जंकयार्ड पूरी तरह खाली हो गया। अब इस जंकयार्ड को कोर्टयार्ड और कैफेटेरिया में बदल दिया गया है। एक और जंकयार्ड टू व्हीलर्स के लिए पार्किंग स्पेस बना लिया गया है।
The award is being accepted by Ms. Simriti Saran, Secretary CPLO and DDG, and it's being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani ji, President PhD CCI, Shri Saket Dalmia ji, Senior Vice President PhD CCI, Srimati Anuradha Goyal, Chairperson PhD Family Welfare Foundation, and Mrs. Madhulika Mehta, Co-Chairperson PhD Family Welfare Foundation. I would request Ms. Simriti ji to say a few words. Sangeeta, is Ms. Saran there?
Ma'am, I can see her, but because a lot of them are writing as a panelist, so I don't know who is there. Yeah, she is not there, ma'am. She's not there.
Okay. So many congratulations to the Central Postal Ladies Organization. Our next award, I would like Ms. Priya Hingorani to introduce our next recipient for the next Samman.
Thank you, Karuna. The next recipient is the organizations, the Committee of Organization, Jungle Mahal Mahila Tasar Chase Dal Community Trust, West Bengal, Ekta Tasar Vikas Trust, Goda, Jharkhand, Evin Tasar Kitpalak Primary Self-Supporting Cooperative Society, Dumka, Jharkhand, Singham Sarjola Tasar Vikas Trust, Sailekala, Jharkhand, Radhu Krishnu Tasar Development Trust, Kendujhar, Orissa, Vanvasi Tasar Kitpalak Primary Self-Cooperative Society, Banka, Bihar. All these trusts are the organizations in West Bengal, Orissa, Jharkhand and Bihar, where rural women from tribal, Dalit and forest-dwelling communities have played a pivotal role in the revival of Tasar sericulture, production of Tasar silk yarn, Tasar silkworm rearing, and raw silk production, and aggregative marketing of Tasar cocoons. Around 20,000 women across these 4 states are the core strength of these cooperatives who have come forward to ensure the quality of the eggs, the access to service and products, as well as of productivity. This thus leading to the overall economic and social political empowerment. These organizations have enabled the women to take care of the entire operations themselves and have earned dignified livelihood. Each organization, producer organization, has 3,000 to 3,500 women farmers attached to it. It gives me great pleasure to present the Women Astitva Samman to Mrs. Basanti Mahato, President of the Jungle Mahal Mahila Tasar Chasir Community Trust, West Bengal.
The forest cover of Bankura and Jhargram district of West Bengal that was fast vanishing are again becoming green with Arjun and Asan trees that is most suited for silkworm cultivation. This change was possible due to tireless effort of Jungle Mahal Mahila Tasar Chasir Dal, an organization of 4,000 Tasar producing women. It was not an easy journey for women to make their space in the male-dominated production process filled with patriarchal taboos and values.
আগে মানে মেয়েরাকে আড়া পাইতে যেতে দিত না আর কি এই যে ভাত নিয়ে গেল হয়তো দূরে রেখে দেওয়া হতো দাদারা এসে নিয়ে যেত আর এই আগের বছর থেকে আমরা নিজেরাই আড়া পাইতে ডিম পরীক্ষা করা খুব ভালো টসর হয়েছে
চৌকি গার্ডেন করা মশারি ঝুলানো এগুলো নিয়ম কারণ পদ্ধতি আমরা কিছু জানতাম না ওষুধ দেয়া
Now, the organization produces 12 million cocoons worth 50 million rupees per year.
দেখা যাচ্ছে অনেক ভালো করে চাষ করতে পারছি আগে হয়তো যেখানে আমরা 5,000 টাকা পেতাম এখন সেখানে পাওয়া যাচ্ছে 20,000 টাকা ঘরে যেতে মানে বাইরে চাষির কাজে যেত ধান কাটতে এখানে টসর চাষ করে এটাতেই সংসার চলে যাচ্ছে আমাদের
Tasar seeds are supplied to government and non-government organizations across 6 states after fulfilling the local needs. Women are moving towards self-reliance.
The Samman is being accepted by Ms. Basanti Mahato, who is the president of the Jungle Mahila Tasar Chasir Dal Community Trust, and is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani, Shri Saket Dalmia ji, Srimati Anuradha Goyal, and Ms. Seema Kethan. I would request Ms. Basanti Mahato to say a few words. आप कुछ बोलेंगे?
Yes, ma'am.
Please.
Yes, ma'am. She will speak in Bengali, and I will translate on behalf of her.
Perfect. Perfect.
নমস্কার জঙ্গলমহল মহিলা তসচাষী দল কমিউনিটি ট্রাস্টের পক্ষ থেকে আমি বাসন্তী মাহাতো উপস্থিত সম্মানী ব্যক্তিগণদের আন্তরিক অভিনন্দন শুভেচ্ছা আশা করি আমরা ভবিষ্যতে আমাদের এই বিশ্বাসকে আরো ভালোভাবে এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাব এবং মহিলা তসচাষীদেরও এগিয়ে নিয়ে যাব আমাদের এরকম একটা জায়গা অংশগ্রহণ করতে দেওয়ার জন্য আমরা খুবই আনন্দিত এবং কৃতজ্ঞ
On behalf of Jungle Mahal Mahila Tasar Chasir Dal Community Trust, I, Basanti Mahato, would like to thank you all the honorable guests present in PHD Family Welfare Foundation. And with the hope of a bright future, we pledge to keep all your hopes alive. And also we will proceed with the aim of betterment of our lives of women farmers who are associated with us. And we are very much delighted and grateful to you for providing us such an esteemed platform. Thank you.
Oh, please convey our congratulations to all the women working in this totally male-dominated society, and especially in the rural areas. It makes me very proud to have selected you for this Samman. So thank you very much. I would request Ms. Priya Hingorani to introduce Dr. Gagandeep Kang, our next recipient of the Samman.
Thank you, Karuna. Professor Gagandeep Kang is a physician scientist with specialization in microbiology and public health, and has 30 years of experience in leading and coordinating health research in India and abroad. She served on the Scientific Advisory Committee of several national and international institutions, including the Wellcome Trust UK and the DBT Wellcome Trust India Alliance, and many others. She has demonstrated expertise in setting up the research agenda, proposal development, resource mobilization, implementation, and data analysis of research initiatives and translating them into health policy and programs in India. Dr. Gagandeep Kang has been chosen for her contribution in research study on the effectiveness of the heterogeneous vaccine doses against the new COVID-19 variant. This study will definitely give a decision on which vaccines should be used as a booster dose in India. We've had the occasion of hearing and seeing Dr. Kang on various news channels during the past 2 years, guiding the citizens through this pandemic.
The Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani ji, Shri Saket Dalmia ji, Shri Anuradha Goyal, Srimati Anuradha Goyal ji, and me, Karuna Shriram, to Dr. Gagandeep Kang. Many congratulations to Dr. Kang. I now request Shobna ji to please introduce our next recipient of the Samman, who especially on the occasion of 75th year of independence. It's a special category, and after looking at, watching them perform, watching them see, we all came to a unanimous decision that this is the organization and the person who recommended them. Many thanks to that person for recommending this particular organization. Shobna ji, please introduce them.
Thank you, Karuna. As you said, we were all filled with elation and joy. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce Seema Bhavani team. BSF Mahila Motorcycle Team, Seema Bhavani, was formed in the year 2016. The team creation is BSF's endure towards women's empowerment. The team also allure young women to join this elite force where there is no difference between men and women, and both are given equal opportunities. Seema Bhavani team got its maiden opportunity on Republic Day 2018 at Rajpath. They proved themselves and got appreciation from all over the world. They have performed at various occasions, including the BSF Raising Day at Jaisalmer and other occasions in different parts of the country. The team, Seema Bhavani, again got the opportunity to showcase their talent on 26th of January 2022 on Republic Day. And despite having less time for practice, they put up a spectacular display of daredevil show and once again proved themselves as BSF flag bearer at the Rajpath. We are sure that the hearts of all women must have swelled with pride. It is with great pleasure that the Women Astitva Samman 2022 is being presented to Seema Bhavani team of women motorcyclists of BSF. Seema Bhavani team.
की निगाहें लगी हैं. Illustrating the power of women in the world, you have the Border Women's Salute under the command of Inspector Himanshu Sirohi. A spectacular display of their hard work, dedication and confidence. And in front of the saluting days now, महिला सशक्तिकरण का प्रदर्शन, चेयर राइडिंग, कांस्टेबल अनिमा कुमारी और सामाजिक संदेश बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ रिवर्स राइडिंग करते हुए पथ पर मौजूद. Constable Rajvinder Kaur with double back riding, Constable Anupam Kumari with opposite direction side riding double. Participating after 4 years after their debut in 2000. हैरत अंगेज कारनामों को अंजाम देते हुए ये सीमा भवानी की टीम सीमा सुरक्षा बल से कांस्टेबल प्रतिभा सिंह और कांस्टेबल नंदिता के साथ 12 सदस्यीय टीम बेखौफ से हुए उपस्थित जनसमूह पिरामिड फॉर्मेशन सलामी मंच के सामने पहुंचने के क्रम में 33 महिला जांबाजों का प्रसिद्ध और विशाल पिरामिड कांस्टेबल उषा देवी, कांस्टेबल श्रुति अयरोली, कांस्टेबल नीता हंसदा जिसमें शामिल.
The award is being accepted by Ms. Himanshu Sirohi, and the award is being given by Shri Pradeep Multani ji, Shri Sakit Dalmia ji, Srimati Anuradha Goyal ji, and Srimati Seema Ketan ji to Team Seema Bhavani. And I want Sirohi ji to say कुछ बोले, कुछ बताएं, कैसे क्या-क्या मुश्किलें कैसे आपने ओवरकम करा.
Thank you, ma'am, for having us. I, Inspector Himanshu Sirohi, on the behalf of Shri Pankaj Kumar, Director General of Border Security Force, would like to thank PHD Family Welfare Foundation for the Astitva Samman Award 2022. I would like to share the brief history of our team. This team was raised at CSMT BSF Takenpur on October 20, 2016. This team have a unique taste of adventure. Seema Bhavani motorcycle team got 2 opportunities, one in 2018 and other in 2022, to march down at Rajpath during Independence Day Parade. Team has also received National Award for Gender Justice on International Women's Day. As Seema Bhavani team leave its mark on youth and women by performing at Rajpath during Republic Day Parade 2022. Hence, our team is nominated for the Women Astitva Samman Award 2022. It is our privilege to receive this award in our way to promote women empowerment. We would be very happy if any of the women or youth would be inspired by us. Thank you for your support and for the award. Thank you so much for having us.
I'm sure you've already inspired a number of women, and it fills us with great pride to have seen the team performing on 26 January. It was simply outstanding. So thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So moving on to the next point, in the year 2017, Ms. Shobna Narayan ji, another governing member of our body member, general body, governing body member of the Women and Child Committee, I'm sorry, I'm very overwhelmed by Team Seema Bhavani, suggested instituting a junior Samman. The Samman was for a young school-going members of a society who have been doing tremendous work. Some superb work is being done by them in the field of uplifting the economically weaker sections of the society, or they have been innovating and creating different ways to help in conservation of our environment, or helping out the needy in creating apps, innovating different methods, techniques in which they can help the society in general. The Samman was instituted to recognize and honor the younger generation and to encourage and motivate them to do better, go ahead, move ahead in their respective fields, and also to encourage other young members to do different work where we can create a better world for everybody in the years to come. I invite Ms. Nirmala Fen to talk about the criteria of selection for the Junior Samman. Nirmala is also a governing body member of a Women and Child Committee of Family Welfare Foundation.
The criteria for selection of students 2022. The project, program, or social activity should be the student's own initiative, vision, passion, and worked on entirely by the student. The student should be fully involved in the planning and activity. The project or program should be beneficial to society. It should have a greater benefit for those who are in some way disadvantaged in society. The project should be financially self-sufficient and have a clear plan for continuity and growth.
I invite Ms. Nirmala Fen to introduce the first recipient of the Junior Astitva Samman.
The criteria for selection of students. Arnav Goel is passionate about football. He was touched and motivated about doing something when he saw the children affected by clubfoot. Post-surgery, the exercise of vigorous sports is good for the full usage of the feet, and therefore he made a football team of girls and boys with actual coaching and online training classes during the lockdown. Arnav has also set up a project called Next Steps to create awareness about mobility conditions and to provide assistance to those who live with these conditions. He sought funds for the project himself and has already raised 11,50,000. He also distributed over 800 ration packets during the pandemic to families. It gives me great pleasure to present the prestigious Astitva Samman to Mr. Arnav Goel of Vasant Valley School.
Have you ever noticed the absolute joy on a little child's face when he runs around without a care in the world? Yet things we take for granted are denied to others. I first heard about the clubfoot syndrome from Dr. Matthew Verghese. It is a birth effect where the foot is twisted out of shape and the feet are rotated inwards and downwards, making it difficult for the child to walk normally. In India itself, over 150 children are born with clubfoot every single day. Though there is a silver lining. The silver lining is that if clubfoot is treated properly, the child will walk fairly normally, even though it only costs rupees 10,000, which is less than $150 to change a single child's life. One day, I was listening to Dr. Matthew explain to the mother of a clubfoot affected child how her child would actually walk normally after the treatment. I saw the hesitation and disbelief in her eyes. Spontaneously, I spoke up and said he would even be able to play football. Football being a game that requires strenuous fitness and physical well-being, The very thought brought a smile to her face. Fact is that football is actually very good physiotherapy and it's very good for their motor skills. It gets them moving. I am also involved in raising funds for the club foot treatment for the underprivileged. I appeal to everyone. Please open your hearts. Let these children live a normal life. Give them the dignity to walk properly.
The award is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani, Shri Saket Dalmia, Srimati Anuradha Goyal and Srimati Karuna Sriram to Arnav Goyal of Vasantwali School. Congratulations, Arnav, and I would like you to please say a few words.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm deeply honored to be receiving this very prestigious Junior Astitva Samman Award by the PHD Family Welfare Foundation. This award is a validation of the need to spread awareness about clubfoot. Clubfoot is a congenital foot deformity affecting children, but it can be treated. And once it is treated, the child will live his life completely normally and will be able to walk fully normally. I would like to dedicate this award to all those clubfoot warriors who have challenged this deformity under the medical care of Dr. Matthew Verghese and have emerged victorious. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnav. I request Ms. Nirmala Fen to please introduce our next recipient of the Samman.
Arnav Bajoria is passionate about the protection of the environment and has created a project called Return of Nature to bring others to awareness and action. He has made Arnav Bajoria is passionate about the protection of the environment and has created a project called Return of Nature to bring others to awareness and action. He has made efforts on wetland restoration. He has authored a book on local birds with as many as 60 birds. He builds interest by what he calls backyard birding, leading to action in restoration of wetlands. Arnav has not limited his concerns and is also working on reducing the mental effect of COVID-19 on orphans and traumatized children. He has raised 5 lakhs towards the project and linked up with several organizations to help more than 350 children. Everything Arnav Bajoria has designed is for awareness, action, and behavior towards building a responsible society. It gives me great pleasure to present the prestigious Astitva Samman to Mr. Arnav Bajoria of Step by Step School.
We seem to be losing the battle to save our planet. In Delhi, we are gasping for breath. Water shortages are a way of life. We need to do more and fast. Return of Nature is an attempt to let people connect with nature right at their doorstep through backyard birding and recognize their interconnectedness with the planet and its flora and fauna.
So there are many birds that have migrated. It will be impossible to observe them. आप migratory birds देख सकते हो. अगर कोई water body के पास जाओ तो वहाँ आपको बहुत सारे migratory birds मिलेंगे winters में. The rose-ringed parakeet can easily be identified by its distinct features like its extremely long tail, bright green body and bright red beak.
that a small group of thoughtful and committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has.
The Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani, Shri Saket Dalmia, Srimati Anuradha Goel, and Srimati Seema Ketan to Arnav Bajoria. Arnav is from Step by Step School in Noida. Arnav, we'd like you to say a few words.
Good evening to all the distinguished guests. My deepest gratitude to all esteemed members of the jury and the Women and Child Committee of the PhD Family Welfare Foundation for bestowing on me this great honor. Return of nature came about with the start of the COVID pandemic, when suddenly I was stopped from going into the nature and bird watching. Then I rediscovered the joys of backyard birding, connecting with the nature at my doorstep. I saw people everywhere facing loneliness, anxiety, and boredom, just like me, and decided to promote backyard birding in schools, NGOs, and neighborhoods. Since research shows it effectively reduces stress, improves moods, and mental well being. Love for birds and nature also naturally led us to take various steps for the conservation of wetlands and recycling of waste. Our workshops also offered underprivileged children career options in ecotourism. Once again, I would like to express my deep gratitude for awarding me with the Junior Astitva Samman 2022.
Congratulations, Arnav, on receiving the Samman. I now request Ms. Rajshri Bajoria to introduce our next recipient of the Samman.
Yashvardhan Narayan was greatly impacted by the prejudices, negativity, and social stigmas that he saw around him in society. Through his campaign, Breaking Barriers, he attempted to create a more inclusive and just society. His campaign focused on creating awareness on human rights and the plight of acid attack survivors. He also launched an LGBT campaign and tried to eliminate prejudices by making posts, videos, and conducting events to promote the awareness of mental health, human rights, and gender sensitization. Yashvardhan's passion and enthusiasm to help the marginalized and create an egalitarian, inclusive society is truly commendable. It gives me great pleasure to present the Junior Astitva Samman to Mr. Yashvardhan Narayan of Tagore International School.
Hi, I'm Yashvardhan Narayan from Grade 12 Tagore International School, New Delhi, and I'm here to talk about Breaking Barriers campaign and my other volunteering activities. Breaking Barriers campaign is a human rights initiative working towards human rights and LGBT rights. Here we conduct insightful events, create articles, posts, videos, and have been constantly working towards eliminating various stereotypes in the society. Other than this, I've worked towards Project Party, which is about spreading quality education for all. I'm the vice president of the school's Interact Club, which works towards a lot of societal problems and grooms youngsters to be future leaders. And I'm a strong advocate to promote the importance of mental health and environment. My goal, which comes from within, is to make the society a better place and eliminate a lot of negatives. My own struggles and experiences give me even more motivation to continue this. Hi,
The Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani, Shri Saket Dalmia, Srimati Anuradha Goel, and Srimati Madhulika Mehta to Yashvardhan Narayan of Tagore International School. Yashvardhan, we'd like you to say a few words.
Hi, good evening, everyone. Of course, it's an honor to be here. And at the end of the day, everyone who's over here is working towards so many different issues. And the fact that people have been nominated for such an award is something to be proud of already. And each of us, in our own individual capacities, can do small acts of contribution towards improving the world around us in any area. And again, it has to come from within. There has to be some driving force. Like I saw someone being passionate about football, so they work towards that and help towards the issue of clubfoot. And as a sports lover, that is amazing to see. So I'm sure the more effort I put in or we put in towards various issues, the more satisfaction and happiness it will bring to us. And again, it will this award will just motivate me and provide me a boost going forward. So I'm very thankful to PhD Family Welfare Foundation for it, and of course my school for entrusting me with it. Thank you.
Many congratulations once again. I would request Ms. Rachi Bajoria to introduce our next recipient of the Samman.
Our next recipient is Anya Kaptalia of Air Force Bal Bharti School. Anya is passionately committed to women's empowerment and to promoting gender equality. Driven by a deep desire to help women in underprivileged sections of society, she started Project Jagriti to help spread digital literacy and to give them access to the digital platform. Her project was conducted in the slums of Delhi and in 5 remote villages of Rajasthan. She raised over 1 lakh rupees by launching an online fundraiser and gave smartphones to women artisans. Her digital sessions benefited over 200 women and covered topics like how to make an email account, exchange messages, and even how to make seller accounts on various e-shopping websites so as to enable the women to sell their handicrafts. Anya has displayed original thinking, enormous initiative, and leadership skills in her novel attempt at connecting the orthodox and traditional Rajasthani women to the digital medium in order to better their lives.
In 2020, I made my Project Jagriti public and launched its fundraiser as an effort to bridge the gender gap on the digital spaces. When I visualized how Project Jagriti was supposed to pan out, I never imagined that I would find myself in the remotest deserts of Rajasthan. During the uncertain times of the COVID-19 pandemic, I traveled from Delhi all the way to Barmer and its surrounding villages. The reason for venturing so far from home was my firm belief that the project had to reach these women artisans who were in genuine need. I believed that the smallest of change at the grassroots could fan out to a wider ripple effect. I conducted digital literacy sessions for more than 200 women artisans in Barmer and various villages of Rajasthan, such as Erovala, Chimnasar, Isrol, and Sanabra, and gave away some smartphones at the end of each session. Various Rajasthan newspapers covered and commended Project Jagriti. In 2020,
the Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani, Shri Sakit Dalmia, Srimati Anuradha Goyal, and by Srimati Karuna Shriram to Anya Katpalia of Air Force Bal Bharti School. Anya, we'd like you to say a few words.
Service to humanity is what makes us human. It is the basis of our existence, our identity, our Astitva. So with great humility and joy, I thank the PhD Family Welfare Association for this incredible honor. I do promise to continue my efforts and to do justice to the trust accorded in me. I express my heartfelt gratitude first and foremost to my principal, Mrs. Sunita Gupta, for her constant encouragement and belief in me. The support of my teachers, my school, and my family has been instrumental in all of the projects that I've enacted. I earnestly look forward to more young people coming to the fore and making our nation and the world a better place. Thank you so much.
I now request Ms. Shobna Narayanji to please introduce our next recipient of the Samman.
Thank you, Karuna. The Samman goes to Team Kura. Team Kura of Modern School Vasat Vihar is a team of 4 students, Aisha Mohan, Maina Manga, Adya Sarogi, and Shaurya Sahni, having a clear objective of getting rid of one-time use of plastic in their area. They therefore worked out a well-planned project called Kura that generated employment for disadvantaged women by giving giving them waste cloth to make bags. These bags were then provided free of cost to fruit and vegetable vendors to their customers instead of plastic. This helped customers and vendors and it went a long way in making the community responsible and change their pattern of behavior. The work and contribution of the team is remarkable and highly commendable. It gives us great pleasure to present the Junior Astitva Samman 2022 to Team Cura of Modern School, Vasant Vihar. Team Cura.
We are strongly against cursing existing systems and instead believe in taking action, big and small, to change the world for the better.
This is why our philosophy is that change is initiated when we take initiative.
The Samman is being presented by Shri Pradeep Multani ji, Shri Sakit Dalmia, Srimati Anuradha Goyal, and Srimati Seema Ketan to Team Cura. The members of the team are Aditya Sarogi, Maina Manga. If I please correct me if I'm saying the name wrong, but I think it is Maina. Adya Sarogi and Shaurya Sahani, Aisha Mohan, Maina Manga, Adya Sarogi and Shaurya Sahani. Congratulations to Team Cura on receiving this Samman. And which team member is going to be speaking for a minute? Aisha, is it going to be you?
Yes, that's me. A very good evening to the illustrious gathering. On behalf of my team and Modern School Vasant Vihar, I take this opportunity to express gratitude to the members of the panel for showing faith in our project and considering us worthy of their commendation. Project Cura was started by 4 11th graders who decided to make the difficult shift from complaining about the system to actually doing something about it. At that point, we didn't anticipate it reaching the heights that it has today, and we feel immensely proud to say that it has taken the form of a non-profit system that brings various issues and segments of society under it. For the past 3 months, we've been supplying local fruit and vegetable vendors with cloth bags stitched by destitute women to give out to their customers in place of plastic packaging. We're currently active in Defense Colony, New Delhi, where we've brought 9 vendors and 24 women under our system and distributed over 600 bags. But we won't stop here. We wish to generate awareness about our project and the issue at a national level so that we can collectively work towards a better future. Once again, we would like to express our deepest regards to the PhD Family Welfare Foundation and the esteemed jury for giving us this honor. Thank you.
Congratulations again, once again, Team Cura. I now request, I invite Ms. Shobna Narayanji to give vote of thanks.
With this, we come to the end of this evening's Samman part of the program. And we would like to thank Shri Pradeep Multani, President, PhD Chamber of Commerce, Shri Sakit Dalmia, Senior Vice President, Mrs. Anuradha Goyal, Chairperson, Women and Child Committee of the PhD Family Welfare Foundation, Mrs. Madhulika Mehta, Co-Chairperson, Women and Child Committee of the Family Welfare Foundation, Mrs. Karuna Sriram, Co-Chairperson, Women and Child Committee of the FWF, former presidents, members of PhD Chamber, members of the WC Committee, and the PhD Family Welfare Foundation, senior members from the industry and all our NGOs, all the recipients of the Astitva Samman 2022, school principals, teachers, parents, and students, and friends from the media. It is indeed our pleasure to see the overwhelming response from all of you dignitaries and distinguished guests who have shared their precious time for this program. The enriching glimpses of work done by women and all our junior awardees have indeed been extremely interesting and enlightening, besides being educational in nature. And their gracious presence has given further impetus to our efforts. We firmly believe that the recent initiatives taken by various corporates, NGOs, and the government will chart new recourse towards an astounding beginning in order to help create a new dimension in tapping future potentials. On behalf of the Women and Child Committee of PhD Family Welfare Foundation, it is my special privilege and pleasure to thank the PhD Presidium for sparing their valuable time for this very important and timely endeavor of Astitva Samman 2022. I would also like to thank all the organizations who are working together towards empowering women at large and creating a gender-sensitive workplace and motivating innovations. And the Junior Astitva Samman recipients who have excelled in innovation and community service towards the betterment of our society. I would especially like to thank Mrs. Anuradha Goyal, Chairperson of the WC Committee, PhD Family Welfare Foundation, for her dynamic leadership. We look forward, Anuradha ji, to your continued guidance and support in the future as well. I also take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to all the jury members, experts in their respective areas, for very graciously and spontaneously sparing their valuable time. It was not an easy task for them, as you would have seen and has already been mentioned by Karuna ji right in the beginning. We look forward to your ideas in the future and sustainable solutions to issues and concerns in strengthening women power of this nation. I would like to personally thank Mrs. Karuna Sriram of DCM Sriram Industries Limited and Mrs. Seema Khaitan of Kali Center for Legal Reforms and Research for supporting the PhD Astitva Samman 2022. Karuna ji, we would also like to thank you specially for steering this program through so beautifully. And last but not the least, I also thank PhD Family Welfare Foundation Secretariat for working tirelessly for the program, and to all my friends in the media for covering this important program. With these words, I once again thank all our eminent dignitaries and all our distinguished participants for making the ceremony a great success. May I now request Karuna ji to kindly take the evening forward. to make it beautiful, lyrical, and absolutely touching our hearts. Karuna ji.
Thank you, Shobna ji. Thank you for your wonderful, kind words. It's always amazing to hear you speak. It fills us all with joy and happiness all the time. Thank you. For the next part of the program, before I take her name or before I talk about her, I'm just going to simply introduce her. Multiple award-winning singer and composer. Sonam Kalra is that rare breed of musician who has been trained in both Indian and Western tradition of music and is equally adept at both. She has a beautiful, powerful voice with an honesty and sensitivity that is rare. Sonam has been recognized and appreciated for her extraordinary and all-inclusive definition of Sufism, and a message of peace and oneness has made her a popular voice at prestigious festivals and venues around the world. Sonam has performed in over 30 countries across the world. Sonam's unique brainchild, Sonam Kalra and the Sufi Gospel Project, which blends the many voices of faith through poetry, prayer, and music to create one universal voice of faith, has earned her international critical acclaim. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Miss Sonal Kalra and enjoy this musical evening.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Karuna. Thank you so much, Anuradha ji. Thank you to the PhD Family Welfare Foundation for asking me to be a part of such a special occasion, just listening to all the incredible achievements of the people, the recipients of these awards, the young people, and of course the women. It really has, I've had goosebumps listening to how incredibly these very deserving awardees have worked with integrity and a mission truly to make this world a better place, and commitment, really qualities that we're all inspired by and qualities we must all try and imbibe in our own lives. You are the torchbearers of our country, and you are the reason we still have hope every single day. So thank you to each one of you, especially the young generation. And I will say especially the young generation, because truly we leave this world, we leave our country in your hands. And I can see that it is in very good hands. I would like to start, मैं शुरुआत करना चाहूँगी एक प्रार्थना से, a small prayer उस मालिक के लिए जिसकी मेहर हम सब पे है. This is a multi-denominational prayer. It is my version of thanking God. So you will hear strains of La ilaha illallah merging with Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha and Ik Omkar. With your permission, please. Shobna ji, if I may. एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव nirvair akal murat ajuni sebhang gur prasad jap आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम करता पुरख निर्भव निर्वैर अकाल मूरत अजूनी सैभं गुर प्रसाद जप आद सच जुगाद सच है भी सच नानक होसी भी सच एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम 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 एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम एक ओंकार सतनाम 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 Thank you. Thank you so much. The next piece that I would like to present before you is based on the poetry of a very, very special poet, a poet many of us are familiar with, Faiz Ahmad Faiz. And in this beautiful poem, Faiz Sahab says that the greatest tool we have at our disposal, the greatest weapon for change, the greatest, as I said, tool for change really is our voice. Each of us has that. फैज़ साहब कहते हैं कि बोल के लब आज़ाद हैं तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवा ये जिस्म है तेरा, बोल के जान अब तक तेरी है. Speak out, because your lips, they are still free, your voice is your own, your body is your own, and this life is your own. And I believe that we must use, just as Faiz Sahab says, our voices to speak out for those that need our help, like so many of you do, to speak out against injustice, to be the change. But while the power of our unique individual voice is strong, I took the liberty of adding a refrain to this very beautiful, iconic poem, where I say, Bolo ek awaaz hai hum. Because I believe the power of the collective voice is unstoppable. So bol ke lab, azad hai tere, and I would like to tribute this to all the winners today. Bol ke lab, azad hai tere. बोल के लब आजाद हैं तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, तेरा सुतवा जिस्म है तेरा, बोल के जा अब तक तेरी है, बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे, बोल ज़बां अब तक तेरी है, सुतवा जिस्म है तेरा, बोल के जा अब तक तेरी है, देख के आहंगर की दुकान में तुंद है शोले, सुर्ख है आहन, खुलने लगे कुफलों के दहाने, फैला हर एक जंजीर का दामन, बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे, बोल ज़बां
बोलिए थोड़ा वक्त बहुत है जिस्मो ज़बान की मौत से पहले बोल के सच जिंदा है अब तक बोल जो कुछ कहना है कह ले बोल ये थोड़ा वक्त बहुत है जिस्मो ज़बां की मौत से पहले बोल के सच जिंदा है अब तक बोल जो कुछ कहना है कह ले बोल के लब आजाद है तेरे बोल ज़बां तक तेरी है एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम सब तक एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम बोलो एक आवाज़ है हम
Thank you. Thank you so much. Just a little bit, just to share a little bit about the Sufi Gospel Project for those of you who are not familiar. I started the Sufi Gospel Project many years ago because I think primarily because I belong to India and I grew up, like so many of us, in such a wonderful secular space, being a part of every festival, a part of every religion, a part of every identity. And in that, I felt that we talk so much about Sufism and Sufi music and Sufi concepts, and so many of us don't understand what it means to be Sufi. So I interpreted it in my own rather simplistic way to mean an acceptance of all humanity as equal, meaning that each of us can have our own truth. You can find that truth in a temple, in a shrine, in a church, in a mosque. But I think what we really have to remember is that each truth, no matter where you find it, is just as valid. And essentially, the most important truth, the most important religion, is the religion of humanity. And I think for me, that really rang true. And I wanted to put forward this message of an acceptance of all humanity, of the religion of humanity, through my music with the Sufi Gospel Project, which is why you'll see I blend Sufi, gospel, bhakti, many voices from many different religions and genres, in fact, and languages together to try and put forward this message. I always wanted to sing. I think Anuradha ji knows that from the time I was a child, but I always wanted, I think also, I came to it much later than most people professionally or started sharing my voice because I think I was waiting for something to say. And when I finally found my own truth and the message I wanted to convey through my music, that's when I knew it was the right time. One of the poets I'm very inspired by, because I think his poetry is still so pertinent and so valid, is Baba Bulle Shah. Baba Bulle Shah was a Punjabi poet. For those of you who are not familiar with him, from around the 16th century, and many of the things that Baba Bulle Shah wrote about, many of the poems, many of his sayings, many of his thoughts, ideas, and beliefs are so valid even today. And a wonderful piece that Baba Bulle Shah, a wonderful kalam that he wrote, he says, Chal buliya, chal uthe chaliye, jithe sare anne. Chal buliya, chal uthe chaliye, jithe sare anne. Na koi sadi zaat pachane, te na koi sanu manne. He says, take me, my friend, for I want to live in that place, in that utopia where everyone is blind, because if they are blind, they will not be able to discriminate amongst us on the basis of caste, creed, gender, or religion. Chal buliya, chal uthe chaliye. चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए 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 चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए जिथे सारे अन्ने चल बुलिया चलो थे चलिए जिथे सारे अन्ने ना कोई साडी जात पछाड़े ना कोई साडी जात पछाड़े ना कोई सानू मन्ने चलो थे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चलो थे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चलो थे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए तू कवि ते तुम आ जावे मैं कवा ते छुरिया कवि ते तुम आ जावे मैं कवा ते छुरिया सुन ले भगत कबीर दी बुलिया सुन ले भगत कबीर दी बुलिया दो बे गल्ला बुरिया चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए बुले आशिक होयो रबदा होय मलामत ला बुले आशिक होयो रबदा होय मलामत ला तेनू काफर काफर कहंदे तेनू काफर काफर कहंदे तू आहो आहो आ चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया 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 चल ओथे चलिए धादे मस्जिद मंदिर धादे जो कुछ दिसदा धादे मस्जिद मंदिर धादे जो कुछ दिसदा पर किसी दा दिल ना धावी पर किसी दा दिल ना धावी रब दिल विच वसदा चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया चल ओथे चलिए
बुलिया चलू ओथे चलिए जिथे सारे अन्ने ना कोई साडी जात पछाड़े ना कोई साडी जात पछाड़े ना कोई सानू मन्ने चल ओथे चलिए चल चल बुलिया 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 चल ओथे चलिए Thank you. Thank you so much. The next piece that I will present to you is something we composed many, many years ago. It's not in English, it's not in Hindi. And like I said, one of the things I wanted to do was bring together beautiful pieces of poetry, beautiful thoughts, beautiful ideologies from seemingly different and disparate parts of the world. You know, we tend to, for the sake of our own comfort, to make things easier, we tend to label each other, we tend to label people, we tend to label genres, forgetting that we have such a strong connect and that actually we are no different from each other when you really go to the core. And so I chose this very beautiful Persian verse, Persian poem written by Hazrat Shahniaz. And actually, when I first chose it because the refrain called out to me. It was very rhythmic in nature, but yet it was very spiritual, and I don't know what it was. And when I delved deeper into it, I understood the meaning, and it was, in fact, very, very spiritual and very beautiful. The refrain is man manam naman manam, which means I am, yet I am not. मैं हूँ भी और नहीं भी. तेरे इश्क में, ऊपर वाले के इश्क में इतना खोया हूँ कि मैं इस दुनिया में हूँ भी और नहीं भी. But I also believed it to talk about God and the presence of God in all our lives. Even though you cannot see him or her, whichever form you believe God to be in, but you can always feel a divine presence if you really just open your heart to it. And man manam naman manam to me describes that very beautifully. But I think it truly was the last verse of this very beautiful kalam that really touched me and inspired me to want to compose it. Where the poet says, Isai Maryami Manam, Isai Maryami Manam, Ahmade Hashmi Manam. He says, Mary's Christ am I, and I am Ahmad of Hashim, I am of Ali. And it reminds me, this very beautiful thought of being the child of everyone reminds me of a beautiful couplet that my mother had written many, many years ago, and I will share it with you because my mother, like so many of you, was also a wonderful, strong woman. And she had written, Guru mere saath khade hain, Guru mere saath khade hain, Gobind yahin to hain. Guru mere saath khade hain, Gobind yahin to hain. Allah bhi maujood hai yahan, Allah bhi maujood hai yahan. तो कौन कहाँ से है? मन मनम न मन मनम. बेखबर मनम आशिक बेखबर मनम मन मनम न मन मनम आरिफ बाहुनर मनम आरिफ बाहुनर मनम मन मनम न मन मनम मन मनम न मन मनम आशिक बेखबर मनम सूफी बासफा मनम बासफा 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 मनम सूफी बासफा मनम बेखुदा खुदा मनम सूफी बासफा मनम बेखुदा खुदा मनम अहले दिलो नजर मनम अहले दिलो नजर मनम मन मनम न मन मनम आशिक बेखबर मनम मन मनम न मन मनम आरिफ बाहुनर मनम आरिफ बाहुनर मनम मन मनम न मन मनम मन मनम न मन मनम In love, lost to the world I am not, yet I am. A flame in love I am. Restless in solitude I am. With him, yet without him I am. Isai Mariami Manam Isai Mariami Manam Ahmad Hashmi Manam Isai Mariami Manam Ahmad Hashmi Manam Haidar Shere Narmanam Haidar Shere Narmanam Man Manam La Man Manam Man Manam La Man Manam Haidar Shere Narmanam Ali Mola Ali Ali Haidar Shere Narmanam Ali Mola Ali Ali Man Manam Na Man Manam Ali Mola Ali Ali Man Manam Na Man Manam Thank you so much. And I'm going to end this lovely, lovely evening. And thank you, as I said, to the PhD Family Welfare Foundation for asking me to be a part of something so special. Anuradha ji, another very special thank you to you and, of course, your entire team, every one of the very esteemed members. Shobna ji, it's really always so lovely to have you witness to the music. It's such an honor for me to be able to present in front of you. I will end with another verse by Baba Bulle Shah. As I said to you, I think he's secretly one of my favorite poets because I keep coming back to him. In this one, Baba Bulle Shah says, in this kalam, he says another very special thing. He says, मेरे गुरु ने मुझे एक ऐसा नुक्ता पढ़ाया है, एक ऐसी चीज़ बताई है कि मेरा काबा, मेरा किबला, मेरा मस्जिद, मेरा मंदिर किसी चार दीवारी में नहीं है. My temple, my shrine, my church, my mosque is not within the four walls of a building, but within the walls of my heart and within the walls of the heart of the person who is sitting right next to me, whose shoulder is touching mine. And he says, now that I have this knowledge, I'm free. I'm free from the shackles of ritual and religion, and I will wear my ghungroos and I will dance. I will wear my ankle bells and I will dance because I realize finally that God is always within me and God is in every person that I see. And as Indians, I know that we're so cognizant. In fact, we were really even more during COVID of saying namaste, but so few of us understand that it means I see divinity in you. That's what namaste means. And these words of Baba Bulle Shah, where he says, I see God in each person. And in all of my research, I have found so many other wonderful poets, including Kabir Das ji, to have said the same thing, where he says, Moko kahan dhoonde re bande, main to tere paas mein. Na mandir mein, na masjid mein, na main vrat upavas mein. ना मैं क्रिया कर्म में रहता, ना ही योग संन्यास में, ना ही प्राण में, ना ही पिंड में, ना ब्रह्मांड आकाश में, ना मैं भ्रिकुटी भंवर गुफा में, सब श्वासन की श्वास में. खोजी होए तुरंत मिल जा, इस पल की तलाश में. कहें कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, मैं तो हूँ विश्वास में. I can see Shobna ji is going to be dancing for this one. That's fantastic. Aap mute mein, you're on mute, Shobna ji.
Just a moment.
Yes, now I can hear you.
What did you say, Sonal?
I saw you moving your hands, so I said, I feel like you're going to be dancing in this one. You're going to do us the honor of dancing while I sing. And we'll really prove to the whole world that, you know, you can have wonderful events like this virtually and they can still have all the soul of an on-site event because of you. So this is really even the words are beautiful. It's mostly in Punjabi, this kalam by Baba Bulle Shah. There's a little bit of Farsi. Of course, these poems come down the oral tradition, so there must have been wonderful additions to this poem. When I composed it, I wanted, as I said, because Baba Bulle Shah has this wonderful realization that God is in him and in every other person, I wanted it to feel very, very joyful. And so I added instrumentation from all across the world. I asked my Indian musicians, my wonderful accompanying musicians who you'll hear, to play very traditional instruments in a very sort of modern, very fun fashion, also so that people couldn't really place which region the instrument was from, because I wanted the sense of seamlessness of the world to come through in this song. So अगर आप साथ में गाना चाहेंगे तो मैं बहुत खुश हो जाऊंगी. बहुत इसके अल्फाज बहुत ही आसान हैं, तो मैं आप सबके साथ शेयर कर देती हूँ. Let me see if I can go on my full screen for a second so I can see everyone. Well, a lot of people's cameras are off, but I'm still hoping you're all listening. So it's अल्फत इन बिन उन बिन अन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया रे. बहुत ही आसान है, मैंने कहा था ना. So अल्फत इन बिन उन बिन अन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया रे.
नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया। अंदर काबा अंदर किबला, अंदर काबा अंदर किबला, अंदर कौन रिझाया, हो अंदर काबा अंदर किबला, अंदर कौन रिझाया, अंदर मस्जिद अंदर मिंबर, हो अंदर मस्जिद अंदर मिंबर, अंदर राम रिझाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया। धर्मनस्तुहु अल्लाह, 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 धर्मनस्तुहु अल्लाह। आखे बुले शाहर वल तारे, आखे बुले शाहर वल तारे, बिस्ती नाम दराया, आखे बुले शाहर वल तारे, बिस्ती नाम दराया, हो बंद कर चेहरा चम 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 चम, हो बंद कर चेहरा चम चम चम, सानू रुठड़ा यार मनाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया सानू राजू शब्द सिखाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया, अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया। दिम ता दिम ता दिम तनना देरे दानी, दिम ता दिम ता दिम तनना देरे ना, दिम ता दिम तनना देरे दानी, तनना देरे दानी तनना देरे ना, सानी सा सा सानी सा सा पानी सा रे रे सानी गा गा, सानी सा 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 सानी सा 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 पानी सा रे रे सानी गा गा, गरे गा गा गरे गा गा, सारे गा मा मा गा मा मा रे रे, गरे गा 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 गरे गा गा गा, सारे गा मा मा गा मा मा रे रे, सानी सा 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 सानी सा 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 पानी सा रे रे सारे गा गा, सानी सा 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 सानी सा 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 पानी सा रे रे सारे गा गा, गरे गा मा मा गरे नी रे सानी दा नी सा, गरे गा मा मा गरे नी रे सानी दा नी सा, गा मा रे सानी रे सानी दा नी सा, गा मा रे सानी रे सानी दा नी सा, सानी दा नी दा पा दा पा मा पा मा गरे सानी सा, सानी दा नी दा पा दा पा मा पा मा गरे सानी सा, सानी दा नी दा पा दा पा मा पा मा गरे सानी रे सा। अल्फतेन बिनून बिनैन बिन नुक्ता यार पढ़ाया 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 कर्मनस्तु अल्लाह 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 कर्मनस्तु अल्लाह
My God,
Absolutely.
Sonam, absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant.
Transported us to another world.
Absolutely.
Simply fantastic. Anuradha ji, I request you to please, from all our side, thanks Sonam to be here.
Sonam, this was absolutely brilliant. A very beautiful finale to a deeply touching and motivational evening. The recipients of the Samman are outstanding, and you, Sonam, have sung a song dedicated to your choice of songs today was much needed and deeply appreciated. Strong blessings, lots of love. May you passing the message of love, hope, and peace in the years to come. And we would love to have you for a live performance at the PhD when the situation is better, as it is getting better now. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Lots
so
of
much. Thank you, Anuradha ji, for your very kind words. No, thank you for your very kind words. And thank you to, like I said, all the esteemed members here, the wonderful award winners. It's been really special. It's always special to share one's art for such an important, such a meaningful occasion. And like I said, thank you for thinking of me. It's truly an honor for me. Thank you and stay safe. And I hope to see you all very soon in person, as Anuradha ji said. I'm going to hold you to that to come and perform.
No, we'll definitely do a performance in our auditorium at the PhD.
Absolutely.
In the months to come. And thank you very much for adjusting your time according to us.
Thank
you. We would have missed out on a brilliant performance otherwise.
Thank you so much. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us. And until the next Astitva Samman, a very fond farewell. Bye. Namaskar.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Namaskar to all of them. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It went off very well. God bless. The whole program was excellent.
Thank you so much.
Rajeshri.
We're able to do it. Thank you.
Congratulations to Anuradha ji and her fabulous team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We all second that.
And we enjoyed it.
And in the office, Sangeeta and her fabulous team, and otherwise Anuradha ji for spearheading it and doing everything. Fabulous.
Shobna, the beauty is we all enjoy doing it. It doesn't seem like work. It seems like a lot of fun together.
Yes.
That's true.
Yes.
Thank you so much for Karuna ma'am.
Thank
you everybody.
And Karuna was great. Karuna was absolutely great.
Thank you.
Karuna, you
what you all get together for a meeting. We'll call a meeting of the WC committee and plan our next program.
Absolutely. Tell you what, a next committee meeting at my place.
Done.
Oh,
that would be lovely.
Okay, that would be very nice.
Done. Absolutely done.
And Sonam was outstanding. I mean,
she's very good.
Very
good.
What a lovely finale.
Yeah.
Yes. So then
I knew, Sonam's parents were damn good friends of mine.
Oh, they were, she and Gauri, as I told you, were class fellows. So I've known her since she was a little kid. And brilliant, absolutely.
So
So did I. I knew her also as a young, because the parents were my friends.
You know, it's so funny. Sometimes you get connected through your children. Sometimes you get connected through same age group.
That's true.
Very nice. Karuna, so we'll call it a day. And a lot of
Absolutely.
that. And
Yep.
Sangeeta, we'll all wind up now.
Sure, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you
all.
so much, ma'am, and good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you, Sangeeta.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Karuna, ma'am.
Thank you for all the help. Please thank the entire team. It went
Yes,
off
ma'am.
very well and no glitches. The only thing that's happened is, in my case, if you read, I didn't want to change it at that time. The background has come ulta. I've been trying to rotate it. But when
No, tell me, was Gagandeep there?
No, ma'am. No, she was
didn't
not
come.
there, ma'am.
Okay, then it's perfect, because I thought as much that she would not, she may not be there. Yes.
Yeah, Sangeeta sent me a message saying she's not present. So I didn't ask.
Perfect.
Right?
No, it all went off very well.
Very well. Yeah.
Karuna, there was, and I think the vice president, in his own way, became the indirect chief guest.
True.
Yes.
That's chaliye. So that's been fantastic. And I said next time we will find our own chief guest.
And until Shobna calls us, we are waiting for an invitation. Shobna,
Yes.
we are waiting for you.
Yes, absolutely. All right. Good night, ladies. Thank you so much.
Good night. Good
Good
night.
night. Bye.
Okay, ma'am. Bye, ma'am. Good night.
Daughter.